74,000 years ago, Sumatra is warm, green, and unknowingly perched on a giant. Life is measured in water, tracks, and the next meal, not in the deep clock of geology. Under this canopy, the ground is stitched with old scars, ancient eruptions, buried and waiting. Humans move lightly, yet the earth beneath them can move like a living thing. Sometimes the first warning is microscopic, a tremor too small to name. Silence arrives like a shadow animals sense what people can't explain. Somewhere ahead, vents breathe thin exhalations from a system under pressure. The days feel normal until the night starts to feel different. Not thunder, something deeper, muffled, like stone grinding itself awake. A dust that shouldn't be here, fine, pale, and new. The springs run hotter. The air tastes wrong. When animals flee without a predator, the predator is the ground. Something is building slowly, relentlessly. Air turns granular, as if the sky is beginning to crumble. Breath becomes work. Heat meets sky, and the sky answers with electricity. Instinct says, move. The world shakes without a storm. This isn't a local fire. It's the beginning of a super eruption. Toba detonates, hurling ash and gas into the stratosphere. Superheated clouds race faster than running feet. The only rule now, outpace the invisible heat. Daylight starts to lose. A blast you feel in your bones, air behaving like water. The sky becomes a sandstorm. An ash umbrella blooms wide enough to shadow continents. Shelter isn't comfort, it's physics. Midday turns to dusk. Fire becomes life's last bright color. The volcano doesn't just erupt, it collapses into itself. Stone floats, the world's rules rewrite. Outside, the air is turning into something you can't live in for long. Even the storm is made of ash. Survival is shared, breath by breath. Sound softens. The world feels padded wrong. Every step writes a record into powder that shouldn't exist. Ash is light in the hand, heavy on a forest. Clean water becomes a technology. The ocean still moves indifferent, but altered. Toba's plume doesn't stay in Sumatra, it rides the winds. Ash seeds the ocean like gray pollen. Hundreds of miles away, the sky begins to change. On another continent, ash falls onto unfamiliar footprints. This is how a super eruption writes its signature grain by grain. Back in Sumatra, they build walls against the air. The eruption isn't one moment, it's an unfolding season of violence. Hot ash can spark fires, then smother them. High above, volcanic gases become a reflective veil, cooling the world. Even here, mornings turn sharp. They follow the coast, where food still whispers. When light dims, ecosystems dim with it. Fire is harder now, humidity, ash, and cold conspire. The world dries, cools, and tightens. Animals move, searching for the old seasons that are gone. Humans read motion like a map. At night, the sky looks clean because the trouble is in daylight. Survival becomes a social contract. Winds reshape the fallout, turning forests into blank pages. The landscape becomes unfamiliar even to those who were born here. Ash doesn't just fall, it gets inside you. Small routines become life-saving engineering. The sky doesn't heal quickly, but it can change. Scientists call it a volcanic winter, less sunlight, cooler temperatures, disrupted rains. Far away, cold margins creep. Water retreats in places that once relied on steady rain. Calories vanish first quietly, brutally. When the world changes, humans start recording it. Those gray layers will outlive every witness. Later, scientists will find Toba's ash like a timestamp in the earth. Movement becomes strategy. Follow food, follow water, follow light. Color returns first at the horizon. When forests fail, the sea can still feed. Recovery starts smaller than a fingernail. To survivors, a leaf can feel like a miracle. Signs come back one at a time. They keep moving because stability is still a memory. Toba leaves a wound so large, it reshapes the land itself. When rains return, they carry the disaster downstream. Survival is noticing what changes, then trusting what repeats. The atmosphere is still loaded thin veils that scatter light. Catastrophe becomes myth because memory needs a shape. After the roar, the silence can feel like a threat. Today, Toba looks peaceful, a lake filling the crater of a supervolcano. In the mud below, the eruption story is still intact. A thin gray band, proof of a day that changed the sky. These tiny shards are volcanic glass, Toba's fingerprint. Ash traveled vast distances, reaching deep into the Indian subcontinent. And people were there before and after, leaving tools above and below the ash. Artifacts suggest survival, though the details are fiercely debated. The eruption is real. Its impact on humans is the question. For survivors, after is a long time. Knowledge becomes inheritance more valuable than food. Sky watching turns into survival science. Ecosystems reboot, but not to the same settings. The land remembers, even as it heals. Toba's cliffs are pages layered with time. Chemistry ties distant ash deposits back to a single source. This isn't just a volcano, it's one of Earth's largest known eruptions. Imagine seeing this from the sea, an expanding mountain made of ash. Less sunlight means cooler oceans, altered monsoons, and stressed food webs. Survival doesn't feel heroic, it feels continuous. Somewhere in these marks is a calendar of disaster. Seasons return, but they're not quite the same. Recovery is measured in small wins. Life returns unevenly, stubbornly. We keep the ash now in glass, in archives, in data. Each grain is a piece of a sky that once turned gray. The evidence is physical, heavy, layered, unmistakable. Models test possibilities. How far, how high, how long. Children make afterfeel real. The supervolcano sleeps, but the shape of it remains. Millions live near Toba today, often unaware of how rare this place is. Climate recovers, but on the planet's schedule, not ours. For a survivor, clean rain is an answer. The ash band remains one thin line marking a global shock. We study it not for fear, but for understanding. Because the past is the only lab we can't rerun. If there was a bottleneck, it didn't end the story, it narrowed it. Now it's quiet enough to forget what it once was. Now it's quiet enough to forget what it once was.